How's she going? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. Boys, I'm so glad you dropped in the shop today. Thanks a lot. I'm going to build some boxes today, or try to build some boxes today. I've built boxes before, but never in this manner. I'm going to build a jig to help me make box joints. Phew, yeah, let's go see how we make out on that one. So there's my shelf. I'm really liking this shelf. It goes from the back wall of the shop all the way along here, and eventually it'll get to the front wall, but not yet. And as you see, I have some boxes here that I had some electrical things in pizzas and parts, and I put those up there and they fit pretty good, I think. So I really like that shelf. In fact, I like it so much I painted it, as you notice. Nice little brown color there. Hope you like that. But anyway, but see these boxes here, they fit good, but I don't like the look of them, eh? They're you know, rough looking boxes, that's for sure. So my idea was, instead of having those ugly looking boxes up there, I'm going to try and make some new boxes. Then I can make the boxes, custom fit them up there and get as much storage up there as possible. I could have made boxes like that with just butt joints on them, but I didn't like that. So I want to make box joints. So I did some looking on, where else? YouTube. Found out what I think is a quick and easy way to make a box joint jig. So we're going to make that jig today. I'm going to do a little sample, see if the box joint actually turns out. And if it does, I'm going to try to build some boxes. So I'm going to do a mock-up of a box joint jig here first of all, see if I can get it to work. So when I look online, and one of the videos I was finding was from Stumpy Nubs. If you get a chance, go check out Stumpy Nubs. He has a lot of great woodworking videos. In that video, along with others that I checked too for some resource, it says put your stack dado set in and set it to the width of the material you're going to be making the finger joints for. Also, they say set the height of it so that it's as deep as the material is thick. So I've done that. In fact, I've made it a little bit proud, because if my finger joints are too long, if the fingers are too long in the joints, to me, I can sand that off. And then the other thing, it says it's important because the pieces are going to be different. Like the finger joint in one has to match up with the other one, so they'll be different. So it says identify the pieces. So I'm going to call this one A and this one B, and I'm going to mark the tops of them, just for my own sake, right? The other thing they say is take your miter gauge, set it to 90 degrees, make sure that it is at 90 degrees, so I've done that. And then take any kind of material to put on your miter gauge. So I have that there with a couple of screws, and we're going to attach this to my miter gauge. So that's that. Now what we want to do is run this fence over my stack dado to make a slot here. So let's do that. That's that. Now, this is the key part of it here, is they say you should make a couple of blanks here that are the same height, same thickness as the piece, and the same height. So that I've done that, and I put some tape on it here just because I think I didn't want it to be too loose in there. So that's good and tight. I like that. You have to move this now away from the dado stack by the thickness of that piece. So in fact, I cut two of those pieces at the same time. I have to release the screws off the back of it here. And then what they want you to do is move this over here, the width of that piece. Well, let's go the other side. So then we put this spacer against the dado stack and move the fence till it just touches it. And then put the screws back in the back. And then we take that out and make another notch in our fence. All right, so now we're going to take, I don't know, it doesn't matter which one, I don't think. And we're going to put this spacer back here and make a cut. So let's try that. Alexa, start vac.
Okay.
Okay, now they say just move that over to there and continue running it through. So there's one piece. Now for this piece, in order to get that to mate up there, then I want to come in a 1/2 inch to make the first cut. So like that, and make the cut. But now, the big trick is, does this fit together? There's lots of room. It could have been tighter, but you know, there's quite a gap between those fingers. So we'll have to do a little bit of tweaking to get that tuned. So I'm going to have to tune up the jig a little bit, and then cut some more blanks to make a drawer box, and then put some finger joints in them and see how that looks. So I've cut the sides and the ends for my box that's going to make the sides of the box. And I've identified all the edges. It's going to get pretty hairy here cutting these box joints to get all the sides to line up, I think. I've never done it before, right? I reset the width. Remember the prototype I made, the joints were too loose? I took a 1/2 mil off my dado stack, and then I made a sample, and it fit pretty good. It was kind of tight, but it fit pretty good. I'd rather be tight than loose, so I'm going with that. So that's the right height. All right, so that's got that looked after. So now I put my spacer here next to the dado stack, and then I put my first piece in here to make the first cut. So this 1/2 inch spacer becomes pretty important to this box joint jig as well. So I'm going to set that next right on the spacer. Then I'm going to take the B side. Let me see, this is where it's going to get tricky. The B side is going to go like this. So that's going to go there. Make sure I'm doing this right, because I don't want to mess up. So that's going to go together. The faces go together. All right, put a clamp right here. And a clamp right here. I don't know what else I can do, so let's try and cut this box joint and see how it turns out. So what do you think? Is it going to work? This and this go together. I need my persuader. What do you think? It needs a little more tweaking, I think, in order to get fit really tight together, but I think that's a pretty good start, eh? I'm going to go ahead now and do the other ones, and then we'll assemble the box, see what it looks like. So I've got my pieces all cut for the sides, and I think I cut them the right way. One other thing I want to do is, I want to set up the drawer so I can put a piece of this 1/2 inch plywood in the bottom of it to make a base for it. So while I have the stack here that's a 1/2 inch wide, I'm going to put a rabbet around the bottom edge. So to make sure I get the bottom edge, I want to make sure that this is the top edge that I selected. I'll put the top edge against my fence, and put the good side facing out. And what I've done is I set this to half the thickness of the plywood, so it'll make a little rabbit on the bottom edge here, each one. So to assemble my box, A and B go together. So these fellas will go together like so. No, they won't. They'll go together like so. We got to make sure that the rabbit is on the inside, right? All right. We'll tighten this up as we go along. So that's B, C, and D. So that'll be this fella. That guy's kind of loose, but I think it'll be all right. And then this guy goes on the end. Let's see if I can get this together here. For all intents and purposes, there's the box put together. Now I want to measure the bottom. The bottom is 13 3/8 by 13 3/8. I'm going to cut a piece to put in the bottom and I'll be right back. So now we want to make sure that the box is kind of square. And it is. So I cut my base, so the base should just fit in here now. And there we have it. A box with box joints. And just before I glue all this up, I'm going to set it up on the shelf just to see how it looks. But this box is going to go up here. It's going to fit in there nice, eh? I think that's going to make a great storage solution. I can get 2 of them in each section, maybe 3, depending. And if I want, I can put a top on them. I also want to put a couple of sliders on the bottom of them just to make them easier to slide in and out. So, but I'll do that. And I think they're going to have to get painted, aren't they? So there you go, some rugged box joint boxes. I like that. First time I ever did it, it turned out pretty good. The joints aren't all that great though, I have to say, but I'm blaming that on my dado set. So I found a dado set on Amazon at a really good price and I ordered that. So when that comes in, I'll finish making these boxes. The reason I'm not making any more now is because of that dado set. Plus, I ran out of wood glue. Couldn't even get this one glued up. So I need to get some glue too. But this is going to work good. So thanks a lot for watching. I sure hope you appreciate the video. And if you like it, don't forget, thumbs up me. Leave me some comments too. Tell me what you think of my wooden boxes here with the box joinery. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, folks. Hey, we'll talk to you.